Noises detected in missing sub-search.
Time is dwindling fast.
Pushback to Hunter Biden plea deal.
This is another example of a two-tier system of justice in America.
Setback in the classroom.
A big slide in test scores compared to before the pandemic.
Good morning, I'm Steve Kathan. With the CBS World News Roundup, rescue teams have detected underwater noises in the remote area hundreds of miles off the coast of Massachusetts, where the search is going on for a submersible with 5 people on board that disappeared on its way to the wreck of the Titanic. CBS's Roxana Saberi has more on what officials are saying.
With just hours of oxygen left, rescuers say they're doing everything they can to find the missing submersible. What are the biggest challenges you're facing?
You're dealing with a surface search and a subsurface search, and frankly, that makes it an incredibly complex operation.
U.S.-based OceanGate Expeditions operated the voyage, which takes tourists to the famous Titanic shipwreck in the North Atlantic Ocean. Rescuers say the vessel could be there on the ocean floor or on the surface. OceanGate CEO and founder Stockton Rush is among those on board. In an interview with CBS Sunday Morning last year, Rush defended the safety of the submersible.
Your thrusters can go, your lights can go, you're still going to be safe.
Mike Reeves traveled on the Titan almost a year ago to see the Titanic wreckage.
Before you even get on, you sign this long waiver that mentions possible death 3 times on the first page. So you know what you're getting into.
Coast Guard Rear Admiral John Mauger tells CBS Mornings the emphasis is now on the sounds.
It's a target, it's a focus for us to look at, and so we've deployed the remote operated vehicles and the surface vessel, the Canadian Coast Guard surface vessel that has sonar capability in the vicinity of that to see if we can detect anything in the water in that area.
Republicans are blasting the plea deal that will keep President Biden's son Hunter out of prison. He pleaded guilty to tax charges. CBS's Catherine Herring.
As soon as Hunter Biden's plea agreement was filed, there was quick reaction on Capitol Hill.
They've made him a very good deal, and he sucked it up like a Hoover Deluxe.
This to me demonstrates the seriousness of law enforcement under the Department of Justice.
When asked about the plea deal, President Biden offered a brief response.
I'm very proud of my son.
David Weiss, the U.S. attorney in Delaware who led the probe, was appointed by then-President Trump and left in place by the Biden administration. In a statement, Weiss said the investigation is ongoing, but Hunter Biden's team sees it differently.
My understanding is that we're done.
Republican Congressman James Comer leads the House Oversight Committee, which is investigating the Biden family's foreign business dealings, a probe disputed by the White House.
We're just beginning, and I want to remind everyone, this is an investigation of Joe Biden. It always has been, from day one.
Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito is facing scrutiny over a new report claiming he accepted a lavish vacation from a conservative billionaire with frequent business before the court. CBS's Scott McFarland tells us the story was broken by ProPublica, and it comes amid calls for ethics reform.
The report says Justice Samuel Alito did not report gifts on annual financial disclosure forms, including a private flight to Alaska and other amenities provided by billionaire hedge fund manager Paul Singer during a fishing trip in 2008. According to ProPublica, Singer's Manhattan-based hedge fund was involved in at least 10 cases brought before the Supreme Court. In an op-ed published hours before ProPublica's report, Justice Alito denied what he dubbed charges made against him. In reference to the ride on that private plane, Alito said that Singer allowed me to occupy what would have otherwise been an unoccupied seat.
China's foreign ministry calls remarks by President Biden extremely absurd and reprehensible. At a fundraiser, Mr. Biden, referring to the Chinese spy balloon incident, said it's a great embarrassment for dictators when they don't know what happened. This all follows Secretary of State Blinken's meeting in China with President Xi. You're listening to the Wednesday morning CBS World News Roundup, and it's 4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.